Hey everyone. So welcome to the Rainbow Challenge. We are on day one, which is red. I find it fascinating. I just got an email blog from Ocean Robbins from the Food Revolution Network. If you are not following them, then I recommend it. Sorry, those of you who are live, my camera's a little crooked. I tried to do Facebook Live through Zoom, but I can't do it. Anyway, Ocean Robbins sent out a blog today on eating the rainbow. So I thought, well, that's quite a coincidence. A lot of the same information that you've already received. Every day you will continue to get more information. So I love the photos that I'm seeing. I'm missing some in here. I'm hoping some of you are going to be adding red to your dinner tonight. I'm going to be making a lasagna. I already made it actually. But my lasagna is full of tomatoes, which are very high in lycopene, which you can read about in today's email. Lasagna, mine's going to be cooked today. Usually it's raw. My husband told me he is really tired of the raw food. So today I'm going to be cooking the lasagna, but I will be having a salad with that, of course. I am eating well, I haven't eaten it yet, but I wanted you to see this is a pomegranate smoothie that has some berries on top, and I'll tell you why I put the berries in there. So some of you are new to me, and I see that you're posting some smoothies and things like that, which is great. That's a great way to get lots of nutrition, but I want you to watch the fruit that is in there. So my pomegranate smoothie has pomegranate powder, nuts and seeds, and then it has some berries on top. I did not fill it with fruit because if I drink a lot of fruit really fast, my blood sugar is going to spike, and that is not really healthy for us. So we need to maintain our blood sugar throughout the day. I added fresh fruit in there. I could put pumpkin seeds or something like that in there too, so that I have something to chew while I'm drinking the smoothie. If you're like me, now I drink everything really fast. Like I'm crazy ridiculous when it comes to drinking. But if I put something in there that slows me down, that is fabulous, and that helps to stabilize my blood sugar. So what I recommend anytime you have a smoothie or a juice, I want you to swish it in your mouth to activate the enzymes in the salivary glands, which begins the breakdown. I'm just tangled up in my cord. The breakdown of carbohydrates, which also helps to stabilize your blood sugar. So anytime you have a smoothie or a juice, if you don't have something in there to chew or crunch, make sure you're swishing it some just to activate my salivary glands. I'm getting juices right now just talking about it. Another way you can activate your salivary glands is think about a lemon. What does it smell like? What does it taste like? I mean, it's crazy. You start secreting these juices that begin digestion. Digestion begins in your mouth. So if you're drinking a smoothie through a straw and just sucking it on down, you just skipped the first step. So straws can be fine to protect your teeth, but I just want to make sure that you are chewing. Now, after you drink something like a juice or a smoothie that has fruit or something acidic in it, it is very important to rinse your mouth. You can rinse your mouth with water. Green tea, Dr. Greger recommends that you rinse with green tea. He said that it helps to fight any bacteria. It's very antibacterial, helps to fight bacteria in the mouth. So I just lost my connection on Facebook Live. I'm sorry, guys. I'm back. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about that. So all of you that are new to me that are starting to have smoothies, that's a great way to get your colors into your day, but I want you to make sure you are chewing or swishing. So today is red. Red's usually easy. We think of berries, tomatoes, see strawberries, tomatoes, red bell peppers. You can see the list that went out this morning. Tomorrow is yellow and orange. And a lot of times people struggle with yellow and orange, especially if they've been following a low glycemic diet. They're worried about eating carrots. They're worried about eating sweet potatoes. Winter squashes are a little bit lower in the glycemic index, as well as pumpkin. And so you can use some pumpkin and different things that will give you some orange. Which those are very important for vitamin A. So tomorrow we're going to be looking at beta carotene, eye health, lots of B vitamins in these colors. And then the next day, let's see, is green. Green's easy. We think of leaves. So you have salad, kale, cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. All the different leaves, asparagus. Asparagus is so wonderful for us. We don't think about asparagus that often, but it is high in so many nutrients, especially fiber. And so green bell peppers. I'm trying to think of things that are not leaves. Kiwi. Kiwi is very high in fiber and nutritious. I'll think of some more, but green is usually pretty easy. And green, as you will learn on your email on Wednesday morning, includes all of the colors. Think about the fall, the foliage, the leaves start to change colors. They started out green, but then they start to change to reds and orange and yellows. And that's because of the chemicals that are predominant in there. They all have green, but then they have other chemicals in there as well. So when you eat green, you're eating a lot of different colors, not just green. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue. I put blue, indigo, and violet all together on Thursday because people struggle with that. A lot of times the only things we can come up with are blueberries or blackberries, but you can always use purple onions. You can use olives. Make sure that when you get olives that they do say organic. These are very purple. These are Kalamata olives. Eggplants. I love the Japanese eggplant, the long. Anyway, so there are some purple foods out there, but I put all the blue, purple, those together. All of your berries. Berries are a little bit lower in the glycemic index. For most people, they don't spike blood sugars, but blueberries can in some people. Anyway, I hope that helps. And Friday is the rainbow. I want to see everybody eating all of the different colors. I know Suzanne already posted a picture of her beautiful salad that had all the different colors. And I think Pam's breakfast had several different colors in there as well. So if you want to eat all the colors every day, go for it. I just thought it'd be easier if we just focused on one color at a time, just so you get used to adding maybe some new things. It's great to add new fruits and vegetables to your day. So why are we doing this? Most Americans are not meeting all of their vitamin and nutrient needs, and minerals, they're in there as well. Every color is a different chemical, and each one of those chemicals affects our body in a different way. So it's important that we get all of the colors so that we get all of those nutrients for all of the different chemical pathways that occur in our body. So we don't even think about all of those, but we have a pathway that helps us with energy. We have a pathway that helps us with different forms of detoxification. We have several different detoxification methods. If you watched my Love Your Liver class, you learned that there are several different pathways. And so we need different nutrients for all of those, different foods for all of those. And speaking of that, I am teaching another class on foods for detox and chemicals for detox on Sunday. I would love for you to join me. I'll put a link in the bottom. It's with my friend Tina Sprinkle. We are studying together as we go through the Institute for Nutritional Endocrinology. She is excellent. She sent me her what she's going to do so far, and it is very scientific. Hopefully it's not going to be too over everybody's head. I've just looked at it. I didn't hear it and was like, woo, that's a lot of science. But she's going to get into alcohol and the effects of alcohol on the body. So I know a lot of people in January, they give up alcohol. I can't remember what they call it. Anyway, a lot of people do that this time of year, but maybe you want to detox from something other than alcohol. Maybe you're like me and you got some results back from, like I got my results back a year ago from a urine test that showed I had a lot of petroleum and a lot of plastic in my body. And so I really got into detoxing, which is why I started my Create program, which boy, has it been amazing. We're about to start the third round. For me, second round for most people. I have one new person starting in January, so someone please join her. It is a great deal. It is on sale right now. All of my programs are on early bird. I have their 5-day reset starting January 23rd. Most of you have already been through that, but I would love for you to join me again. All new recipes. And Create a Healthier You also starts January 23rd. And that is, it starts with the reset, but then we go deep. We use different cleansing methods. We even transition to raw vegan for just a week or two if you're ready. So what happens with Create, once you're in Create, you're always in Create. And so I want you to go through it each time and get deeper and deeper in your cleansing. Like for me, the first time through, I didn't do a juice cleanse. I did do castor oil packs. I did not do enemas. When I went through it in July, I continued with my castor oil packs. I used Dr. Christopher's cleansing kit. I did coffee enemas, and I had amazing results. It was amazing. My A1C has dropped a lot. My cholesterol is optimal. My thyroid levels are optimal. I mean, it is absolutely amazing. I am in excellent health. However, I just did a juice cleanse to prepare for the next Create to see, well, how do I feel about this? I've done juice cleanses before, and in this juice cleanse, I actually passed worms. Those are parasites. I've done several parasite cleanses before, and I've never actually seen them before. Gross, but eye-opening. Like, holy cow. I've been vegan for completely 100% since 2017, mostly raw vegan. But I was a huge meat eater, ate a lot of pork, loved sushi. And so I'm sure that those things are in everybody, right? I had a lot of issues with oxalates, and oxalates can be tied to those as well. And so it was very important to me to cleanse. Anyway, why am I telling you all of this? In Create this time around, I'm adding that as well, teaching about cleanses. So in Create, you get a class every week, a live class like this with slides where I teach all about whole food based nutrition, raw vegan nutrition, cleansing, detoxification, the liver. It's just lots of classes. Every Wednesday, you get a class, you get a homework assignment, and every week you get a meal plan and recipes. Optional meal plan and recipes. I am not a licensed registered dietitian. It's suggested recipes to go along with it. And we use all of the same rules that we use in Reset, where we cut out, sugar, alcohol, caffeine, processed foods. So not only are you learning a lot of information, you're also creating these habits where you're not, after 10 weeks, it's a 10-week program, you're not going to go back to eating sugar. You're not going to go back to processed foods and things like that. And if you do, you get right back on to Create again, because it starts January 23rd, and then it starts again in the end of July. So you go through 10 weeks, you do the spring reset, you start again in the summer. Create includes all of that. So those of you who are doing Create year round, the reset year round, you might as well join Create, and you get this bonus in there as well. And it goes on and on. It is for the life of the program. Anyway, I'd love for you to do that. I'll put links in for Create in there. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about the colors. So we're doing this not only to get all the nutrients, but the fiber. The majority of Americans do not eat enough fiber. I can't remember. I want to say something like 90 or 95% of Americans don't eat enough fiber, which is horrifying, because I get all of the fiber I need in my breakfast. And so how is everyone missing out on fiber? So when we're adding different fruits and vegetables, all these different colors, we're adding fiber. We're going to meet our fiber needs. Now, if you go from eating fast food 3 times a day to eating plants 3 times a day, you might have some cramping and gas because your body's not used to the fiber. Does that mean the fiber is bad for you? No, not at all. It means that those microbes in your gut that are needed to digest the fiber are not there. And that's scary. We need all those to protect our body. So slowly add fiber, slowly add plants, and add colors, and try to get colors in throughout your day every day. So I'm hoping that the challenge will help you with that. So today we're eating reds, reds like you have in tomatoes. I said I'm making lasagna tonight. Watermelon, these things, they help to increase nitric oxide. I have pomegranate powder in my smoothie because that adds more nitric oxide, which helps to expand the arteries, which produces more blood flow. A lot of endurance athletes love to use things like supplements for nitric oxide. Well, you don't need to take supplements. You can just add things like pomegranate or red fruits and vegetables. So then tomorrow we have yellow and orange. I have to look at my notes. Yellow and orange, which are beta carotene. Most of them are very high in vitamin C. When you cook orange foods, when you cook foods that are high in vitamin C, you lose the vitamin C, but we need vitamin C every day. It's one of those things you need every single day. If you are under stress, you're burning a lot of vitamin C. You need extra vitamin C. I don't recommend you take it in supplements unless it is something that if you're not able to eat orange foods or citruses, raw tomatoes, those are very high in vitamin C. Raw tomatoes, raw bell peppers, and your citrus fruits, kiwi, very high in vitamin C. So if you can eat those things raw, that helps you to get your vitamin C needs met, and vitamin A. If you have an autoimmune illness, you're most likely low in vitamin A. It's very important for you to get vitamin A in your day. Vitamin A is also a fat soluble vitamin, so it's important to eat it with something that includes some fat. And I didn't say that with the lycopene. So when you're eating red foods, you want to make sure you have fat with that. Guacamole with tomatoes is fabulous. That gives you the lycopene with the fat from the avocado, tons of fiber from the avocado. There's a green food for us that's not a leaf. And that helps you to absorb those nutrients. If you're eating, if you need vitamin A, then you need those orange and yellow foods. Winter squashes, if you're watching your blood sugar. Sweet potatoes, I'm going to be eating sweet potato noodles with a pad thai. I actually am going to eat them raw, but you can saute them with something. I'm going to be putting some coconut on there to add some fat to it to absorb the vitamin A. So it's very important if you have been diagnosed with an autoimmune illness that you get foods that are high in vitamin A. So look for those yellow and orange foods. Green foods, like I said, are so easy to find, especially in fruits. If you're watching your blood sugar, though, make sure you're going more for the greens, avocados, and things like that. So green chlorophyll is the lifeblood of the plant, and that lifeblood is important for our bodies as well. So we want to eat lots of leafy greens. There's so many things in the leaves that are so good for you, especially B9, which is folate. When you think of folate or B9, which is needed for DNA repair, think of foliage, folate, foliage. So we want to eat lots of foliage, lots of leaves. They give us lots of iron. They give us calcium, and all those different things that help with DNA repair, which is very important for the health of our body, as well as different functions in our body. And then the purple and blue, those are harder to find. Red cabbage, eggplant, red leaf lettuce, red leaf kale. I found some of those to have this week. I was trying to think of other things that are unusual. The purple onion. Anyway, those things are very high in anthocyanins, which help to protect your DNA, to do repair DNA, to prevent cancers and things like that. So they're just so important. Anyway, and I didn't include brown and white foods, though it's hard to think of those, but mushrooms, excellent for you, excellent for your brain, excellent for your immune system, excellent for your gut health. And so mushrooms are very good. Dr. Furman talks about them. 1 button mushroom a day is cancer protective against breast cancer. And so mushrooms are very important. And cauliflower is a cruciferous vegetable that is also very helpful at protecting our DNA. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the Rainbow Challenge. Let me know how you're doing. Make sure you're posting pictures. I want to see what you're doing. And what am I reading this week? I am reading Get Well Naturally from the Soil to the Stomach. This is from Penny Kelly. She is very much into the Weston Price diet. I cannot say that I am the biggest fan of the Weston Price diet. There are a few things that I don't agree with, but I do agree with most of it. And so I do like this book. There's lots of cleansing information in here as well. Here on our farm, we talk a lot about regenerative farming of our soil and of our gut health. And so that is why I picked this up. Actually, my mom read it and then recommended I read it. And then she went, wait a minute, you could probably write that. And it's true. There's not a lot of new information for me, but it is great for everyone else who wants to learn more about cleansing methods and regenerating your gut health. It does talk a lot about raw dairy and how when we process dairy, that's when it becomes harmful. I do agree with that. But she also eats a lot of organ meats and things like that. And I don't agree with that. So I think that there are ways to get that nutrition without eating those products. Those are actually more inflammatory. Anywho, that is something we can talk about at another time. Let me make sure there aren't any questions on Facebook. Dun, dun, dun. And there aren't, I just see another beautiful picture. Thank you, Lenny. I love that. It's beautiful. Lots of reds. Anyway, I want to see your pictures. Thank you so much. Have a great week.